Do you think the Congress can make a comeback in Andhra ever?
Yes. We have been lax in Andhra. This is my personal opinion because I live on the ground there. And we were a unified state till recently. So we have not taken advantage of the vacuum that was there. And today there is a huge vacuum. Chandrababu Naidu and Co can say what they want. But when he aligned with the BJP, his graph fell within 6 months. And today he's floundering because the BJP doesn't need him suddenly. Because they've broken TMC. You see how conniving, how clever. Nobody can outpace them in these sort of criminal activities. So they don't need Chandrababu now because they've got TMC. They're breaking Shiv Sena. They're doing Jigri Pokri in other areas. They're doing this. They're out in your face saying that hum karenge. And this is to be celebrated. We have to be awestruck.
But
I am.
What has Congress done to break ground in Andhra?
Well, not enough. I'm saying this at the risk of being damned by my people. But I am saying what my Congress worker in the state is saying. I am saying what the farmers have said.
What needs to be done in Andhra Pradesh
Get
for Congress
down,
to revive?
You have to get down and dirty. You need strong local leadership there to give them the confidence that we are there for you. We need to put Chandrababu Naidu in his place, and Mr. Jagan Reddy, who has the single distinction of ruining the party and the entire state, Vijayawada, which was the financial headquarters, he has, deliberately destroyed. Sometimes I'm telling you, there has to be a mental fitness certificate for people who sit in governance. We should, when we get drivers to check their eyes and hearing and all, these are driving the state.
Are you questioning his mental faculty?
I know his lack of, the aberrations of his mental faculty from the time he was a schoolboy. I know the gene pool that he comes from, which has wielded such atrocious atrocities across the states. I know him.
Aren't you getting personal with him?
No, I'm not. I'm just stating he's a ruler. I have an opinion. I'm saying it. What is there to be personal? I knew his father too. I also was a victim of his grandfather. And you must remember the history where grandfathers are chopped like mutton chops and the body bits are distributed on a public street. What evokes that kind of hatred? What happens? Where does that come from? What is faction politics in Andhra? It's been dismantled. This man talks about Naxalites. You go in and kill unarmed Naxalites. You go in and hit unarmed students. Do they even know what it is? There was this myth and fallacy that it's a safe South, that anything that happened was in UP, Bihar. We've lived by that violence. I've had bombs lobbed at me. I've had my industries burnt down. Actually burnt down. Prime Minister Chandrasekhar ji was at the helm of affairs. He actually came on the line. I am so deeply honored and indebted to him that I called, I don't know which realm I came from. Today's time I won't. And of course this man will never answer. That's a different story. But he was Prime Minister. And I rang him up and he answered. And he said, "Kya baat hai Renuka?" I said, "Kya baat hai? Yahan to aag lagi hui hai, sir." And then anyway, that's another lovely long story and I'm always indebted to him. But the Prime Minister of India came on board and said, what is happening? And that was the kind of violence we have seen. Bomb making. The women, I'm in awe of them. They make laddus with one hand and bombs with the other hand in the same kitchen, darling. And we've had issues where the roof has blown off because the kitchen heat got too much. That's what they mean, Basbi, when they say you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's why.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Renuka ji, for joining me in this special edition of On Point.